Well, all that spring wheat is pretty much gone, but you know, at least the bins are okay. Oofda. Guys, gonna be a little bit different video today. We're gonna be out checking some of the crops because we had some pretty nasty storms come through here, so we're gonna see how much damage we actually had to the fields. Might be kind of interesting. Not great, but it's part of the reality of sometimes weather comes through and you're kind of done farming for the year, just like that. So we'll see what everything looks like. Some of our stuff is pretty spread out, so some stuff might be okay and then other stuff might be kind of damaged. This spring wheat wasn't looking super great thanks to the drought anyway, but the hail kind of did a little damage to it. We'll find out in the next couple days too how everything ends up looking. Once the heads start turning white, then you know plant's dead. That's pretty much the end of it for that field then. Alright, so here's just a quick example of what white heads are. This is our spring wheat field kind of behind the yard here. And so yeah, you can see all these heads that are white. That means that the stem died and whatever's kind of in there is in there, which is pretty much just about nothing. There's not even little tiny kernels. So yeah, that's what happens when the hail hits it just about part way up. You can kind of see with this guy, he got smacked like right here and it just killed the rest of the plant. And then, yep, just makes it so there's pretty much nothing in there. And you can see there's quite a bit of it out in the spring wheat field here. Yep, that's just all from hail damage. So a little good news here. We're actually on our farthest north stuff, or just about. And some of these lentils up here are actually fairly okay. There's a couple little pods you can see on the ground that got knocked down. A few here and there. But most of them are still on the lentil plants. Actually, these lentils are doing really nicely, just in general too. So yeah, this field's looking pretty much okay. There's, yeah, like I said, a couple pods on the ground, but otherwise it's all looking pretty good up here. So it's a good sign to see for this field. Up north of the house here a little bit, actually out in one of our mustard fields here, it's pretty hardy plant, mustard. So I don't think we had a ton of hail damage. There is a little bit. You can see some plants kind of get smucked off there, but most of them are okay. I say it doesn't look super great, just mostly because of the drought. So you definitely need a little water for the mustard to get going, and we did not have that early. But yeah, you could see there's definitely pods still on there and everything. So, and it's still growing. The plant is not dead. Say it doesn't snap off, so it means it's green. So it's okay, not too much hail damage on here, but just not a super great stand from the drought. Kind of over east of our place here now, little bit more damage. Some of this spring wheat here, you can see there's quite a few bent over plants on the ground there, smacked out. Quite a few heads that got dinged. Some of the plants, yeah, bent over and stuff like that too. So yeah, this field definitely took a little hit. Here's one of our lentil fields over east here, and yeah, this one is in a whole lot worse shape than that first one we looked at. You can see there is just tons of pods all over the ground, not many left on the plants. So yeah, I don't think we're gonna have much off of this field. Everything is short and bent over. Now we're a little bit further south of the farm, kind of near some of our pivots here, and this spring wheat is 100% gone. There's nothing left. The whole thing is just absolutely toasted. There's maybe a couple stems with some little heads left on them, but it's I'm assuming gonna get zeroed out by the crop adjuster. There's not a whole lot left out here. That bin is pretty much toast. Not much you can save on that. Maybe the bottom 2 rings there might be able to salvage. But yep, the top half of it is pretty much gone. So I don't think we're gonna be needing it this year anyway, because I'm guessing probably our crops down south are toasted too. But we can't actually get down there right now. It's way too muddy. This is about the worst I've seen. This is some of my buddy's stuff just south of our house actually. And this stuff is just worked ground, so there's nothing seeded in that. And on this side they have organic peas, and you can barely see the line. It actually just pounded it into the ground so hard you can hardly tell what stuff is seeded and what stuff isn't. I mean, I've never seen anything like that. There's pretty much nothing left out there. So you can just hardly tell. There's a little tinge of green to it. Tell what's seeded and what's not. I mean, that is terrible.